Okay, so good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you guys for coming out to Thursday morning breakfast. I sincerely appreciate it. This morning, we're going to talk about the Growth for Care Alliance briefly, but then we're going to get into a more serious subject matter as it relates to the safety of our children and the seeming lack of professionalism and follow-up and due diligence on the part of HISD's administrators and its employees, whomever is involved in this issue. So the Growth for Care Alliance, I am a firm believer that community is important. Community is the backbone of everything that we do, even if we're not properly plugged into it. In order for a community to work, no matter what that community looks like, there has to be connectivity, there has to be understanding, there has to be camaraderie, there has to be a give and take, and there has to be communication. So the Grow for Care Alliance, GROW is an acronym and CARE is an acronym, and in between is the number 4. GROW stands for Generating Rural Opportunities to Win, and CARE is Community Action Results Empowerment. So when you put them together, you have the Grow for Care Alliance, which is generating rural opportunities to win for community, for action, for results, for empowerment. We as a people, as a collective, as a community, melanated African descendants, we will not be able to move forward without the second pillar of the 6 pillars of empowerment, which is right culture, which helps us to create community. So the Growth for Care Alliance is about bridging the gap between all of the good that goes on, not only in the greater Houston area, which is where we're starting at our base, but collectively around the country and nation and worldwide. There's a lot of righteous, positive, needed work that's being done in a very powerful manner, but the people that need that work don't always know about it, don't always get it. So we want to be the bridge between the two. So far, our research has uncovered, I think, 168, 169 Black or Brown focused nonprofits that are doing some serious work to help children of varying ages on up to adults across the board, from education to spirituality to mental health to food to clothes. I mean, they cover the gambit of what's required and what's needed, and they're doing that work. So what we want to do is get out into the community, which we do 3 Saturdays of every month to connect with the community and to not only let them know about certain political things that we're working on, but specifically the efforts of these nonprofits. So we simply ask people when we go out, is there anything in particular that you need? Do you need help with your kids? Do you need help with food? Do you need help with monies at the end of the month? Do you need help with spiritual development? Do you need help with overall support for the family? Whatever it might be. And then once we get that information from those persons, we plug that into our network and we find those entities that already exist, that are already doing the work, and we connect them with those persons that we meet. And again, we do this 3 Saturdays out of every month, and we would love for you guys to be a part of that because again, there's a lot of need, but there's also a lot of good going on to fulfill those needs. And for whatever reason, the two don't always connect. So we, the Growth for Care Alliance, we want to be the bridge between the two to bring them together to continue to do the necessary work on the grassroots level so our people will know that they're not alone, that community does exist, and that help is there and available if you simply reach out to the right entities, which we think is us, so that we can help bring that help. So we can assist and facilitate in bringing that help to those that need it most. So this morning's topic is a serious one, and one that simply can't be ignored. The question is HISD protecting or harboring a pedophile? So a number of things have happened over the past few months. And we have a list of 7 points that we know for sure because of community support, because of people sharing the information, because of people who have firsthand knowledge of these things that have happened. And then there are a list of questions of things that we don't know that we need support from the community, from you guys, both those that are here live and those that are on Facebook watching live. And of course, once we share this on Instagram, that community as well. We need help from the community to help us answer this question, the question of is HISD protecting and harboring a pedophile? Because again, we know what we know, and based on what we know, that has revealed things that we don't know that we should know. So I'm going to go through the list of things that we know for sure, and then I'm going to give you the list of unanswered questions. And then it is my hope, it is my prayer that collectively as a community, we can get these questions answered and then make sure that at the end of the day, everything is being done to protect our children from those threats that most certainly exist. So what do we know? We know that an HISD employee was handcuffed and escorted by HISD police/resource officers off the Worthing High School campus in April of 2024 for alleged inappropriate behavior/actions with a minor. And we only say alleged to make sure that we are covering our tracks legally, although there is proof of this behavior. That's number one, what we know. Number two of what we know, multiple eyewitness sources exist to corroborate this fact, the fact of this former employee being handcuffed and led off campus. That's number two. Number three of what we know, proper paperwork, creating the necessary paper trail was never completed or filed for whatever reason. We're not sure if this is due to employee incompetence. We're not sure if this is due to an extremely slow process. This was in April. It's now September. Something should have come to light at this point in whatever system to show that this thing has happened. And for whatever reason, it hasn't happened. So again, incompetence, a slow process, or what it looks like, someone is being protected, someone is protecting their jobs, someone is not doing their job to protect our children, which of course is the bigger picture. Number four of what we know, the cell phone of the minor in question was confiscated, whereby evidence proving the inappropriate behavior/actions of the then HISD employee was stored. So we know that the young child's cell phone who was involved in this, in at least one inappropriate relationship, we know that her mobile device or cell phone was confiscated and taken, which has proof on it of this relationship. And we also know that the information, of course, as it is with all the electronic data, is in the cloud somewhere. So we know that this cell phone, this mobile device was taken, information was found. So there's proof of this inappropriate behavior, proof of this inappropriate relationship, which goes to the next steps of what needs to happen and what we don't know, which is why we're here to talk about it. That's number five. That's number four. Number five, the evidence from that cell phone was also saved to the cloud, which I just said, where attempts to remove erase it was unsuccessful. So unsuccessful. So it seems that the former employee tried to erase that data to cover their tracks as it relates to what they were doing. And of course, that wasn't successful, unfortunately for them, because again, that information was in the cloud and it was seen and saved by some HISD authority or person in control. And we don't know what has happened or what is taking place with that data. Number six, what we know, additional student sources corroborating the behavior of the then HISD employee surfaced. So we know that there were attempts made by this employee to meet up with at least one minor, and other minors showed up to see if this then former HISD employee would actually show up, and they did. So they put out the request to meet up with this minor, and they showed up at the meetup spot to meet this minor, and other youths corroborated the fact. So again, There's evidence of this inappropriate relationship. There's evidence of these inappropriate behaviors. And there are additional sources corroborating this behavior, this information. Number 7, what we know. The then HISD employee was removed from their current position / role and reassigned to the HISD. Looks like it's the HISD bus barn. So we know this person was arrested. We know there's proof of inappropriate behavior in a relationship. And this person was removed, not fired, which is what probably should have happened. They were moved to another location within HISD. While you would think there was an investigation, but that's part of the problem, which we'll get to soon. And then lastly, number 8, what we know. Parents, and this is probably one of the biggest things as to the fact that either someone or several someones has severely dropped the ball, or someone is being protected. Someone or someone's are protecting their jobs. We know, the last thing that we know is that parents of HISD students were never notified of any of this stuff that took place in April of this year. So whenever and if you're a parent of a school-aged child, you know when things happen on campus that affects the livelihood, the well-being, the mental, physical, spiritual health of a child, parents have to be notified. I don't know if that's the law, but I'll be surprised if it is not. This behavior, this activity was kept from parents. Parents were never notified. And we know this because, of course, we have access and relationships to parents of HISD students, parents of students at this school, and they were never notified of this behavior, which, of course, is an issue. So those are the 8 things that we know. An employee was arrested and handcuffed April of this year. Multiple eyewitness sources exist corroborating this fact. Proper paperwork was never done to this fact. The cell phone of the minor involved in this situation was taken. Evidence of their inappropriate relationship was seen on the phone, and we assume, you would think it has been kept on file somewhere. Additional student sources corroborating this inappropriate relationship have surfaced. The then HISD employee was removed from their current position at Worthing and moved to what looks like the HISD bus barn. Parents of HISD students were never notified. So if you were a parent and had a student at Worthing High School in April of this year, you should have been notified about this behavior. And of course you were not, because again, someone dropped the ball, someone is protecting someone, or someone's are simply incompetent. So those are the 8 things that we know. And this is probably the most important part, the unanswered questions. 7 critical unanswered questions that we want you to make note of. We want you to help us find the answers to these questions. And we want to make a concerted effort to ensure that if someone dropped the ball, that they pick it up and keep moving. If someone or someones are not doing their job, we need to make sure that that job is getting done. And if someone is being protected, if this pedophile is being protected, then we need to make sure that that protection stops and this person is brought to justice, properly dealt with, and of course, if we have our way, incarcerated, as every pedophile should be. So the unanswered questions. Number 1, why was the necessary, appropriate, and legal paperwork never filed? When an employee is arrested and removed, especially something as egregious as this, there has to be a paper trail. Paperwork has to be done. And if that was done, I don't know where it is, because our team has done work trying to find that paperwork. Should be public knowledge, but it wasn't, and we can't find it. Second unanswered question, why is there no record of this arrest, although multiple eyewitness sources exist? Again, we know this person was removed in handcuffs from the high school campus, but there is no record. There's no paperwork record of this ever taking place. The third unanswered question, why was the then HISD employee's phone also not confiscated? We know that the minor involved, we know that their phone was confiscated. Evidence of the inappropriate relationship was found on that phone, but the then employee's phone was never confiscated, which is a problem. The fourth unanswered question, why was the then HISD employee removed from their current position / role and reassigned to what looks like the HISD bus barn? If nothing happened, if this is a misunderstanding, if there's no evidence of anything ever taking place, why was the then employee removed from their current position at Worthing High School to the HISD bus barn, of course, which is an issue. The fifth unanswered question, why has a proper investigation not properly commenced or been completed to date? And if there was an investigation, why can't we find a record of it? If there was an investigation, why is that paper trail cold or non-existent? Number 6, why were the parents of every HISD employee not notified of this situation? Again, if you are or were the parent of a Worthing High School student, you should have been notified of this behavior, of this activity, and of course you were not. And if you were, then we know all the parents were not, because we have parents that have told us that they never received any information about this issue. And then the last unanswered question is the big question, which is why we're here today. Is HISD harboring or protecting a repeated pedophile? Because again, this was not, well, I'm not sure about it, again, I'm not sure if I said this, but this was not a one-time interaction, a one-time hookup, a one-time meetup. This behavior is repeated. And we have I won't say evidence because we're still working on it, but it looks like the minor involved in this situation tried to end the relationship, but the then employee did not want to end it for whatever reason. So that would make this person a repeat pedophile. So the unanswered questions, why was necessary, appropriate, and legal paperwork never filed? Number 1. Number 2, why is there's no record of this arrest, although most eyewitness sources exist? Number 3, why was the then HISD employee's phone also not confiscated? Number 4, why was the then HISD employee removed from their current position / role and reassigned to the HISD bus barn? Number 5, why has the proper investigation not properly completed to date? Number 6, why were the parents of every HISD employee not notified of this situation? And number 7, is HISD harboring or protecting a repeated pedophile? So again, very, very, very serious issues taking place. And I can only wonder if this has happened at one high school campus, one HISD high school campus. Has it happened? Is it happening on other campuses? All of it stinks of something happening that should have never happened. And either, again, we have several incompetent people or several persons protecting a person, all of which needs to come to light. So again, as I said initially, the Grow for Care Alliance is about putting the community in a position to grow and move forward. But of course, we can't always do that because evil exists. And evil will always exist if righteous people don't stand up against that evil to destroy it. So what we're going to do, and we're asking your help, those who are here live and those who are online watching live, we're asking for your help to be a part of the Grow for Care Alliance to ensure that this egregious act is properly dealt with and this pedophile is arrested, charged, and punished accordingly. We can't move forward as a people, as a community, as a collective, as a tribe, if those of us that are ready, willing, and able to move forward don't come together and do what needs to be done to ensure that this is properly dealt with. And of course, this is not the end all be all. There are a lot of things that we have to deal with and we have to do. This is simply one along the way. So we're asking for your help and your support because there are a lot of things that we need to do on our end, from going to the school board meeting, making this known to those officially face to face, as well as continuing to build a coalition, because we've already started to do so, to find out exactly what happened, why certain steps weren't taken, and of course, how we properly deal with this as a community from this end. I don't think we don't have any questions live. I want to make sure we don't have any questions online, and we do not. So I'm going to simply thank everyone for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for being willing to put our children first, to protect our children against the evil that exists. Because of course, if we don't, evil will continue to do what it does, and it will continue to destroy the lives of our children, which of course we cannot tolerate. So again, thank you guys very much. God bless you, and we will see you at the next Thursday morning breakfast next Thursday for the next topic that we have. Thank you very much. God bless, and you guys have an awesome day. Thank you.